Big soul. Tiny on Nos. Arahimes horate.
Nej.
Kalas. Okej. Epigraphe onoma. Epigraphe esti. Despoina kai doule. Oh, Joel. Siu u meles pilain ton muton. Udego, ala esti. Kalos. Oh, Joel. Arasiu eteles aragnonai ton proton logon.
Ethologe. Ethelo egoge.
Karin soyako.
Ende tutoi gynetis onomati phaidra dei crenei proschorei.
Kalos. In de tutoi, tutesti in de tutoi chronoi.
Meanwhile.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Pos legatai allos te cranei pros corei.
Epi tes crenes? No, that's not it.
Is there a pros bine?
Mm-hmm. Pros bine.
Oh, prosergetai.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Pros
pros?
ergetai.
Is it pros? Not te crane. Pros.
Ten.
Crenen.
Mm-hmm.
Badisdain.
Nai. Kalista. Badisde pros ten cranen. Bine pros ten cranen. Pros bine. Pros ten cranen. Pros ergetai. Kalista. Oh, Petra. Anagnoti antibola ton deuteron logon.
Doule de accolute e de doule megalen hydrian pere.
Alos. Akalute. Opisten badisde. Opisten bade. Kamne de hedule kai o despoina person me huto take me huto takeos badisde megale garastin he hydria kai u horidionesti speuden.
I have a question before we get to the sentence, actually.
Mm-hmm.
About accolute. Does that verb generally not have a like direct object? It feels weird to not say like so and so follows something, or is it just being implied in that sense from earlier?
Yeah, both. Junatonesty. Ego akoluto soy. Tuteti hedule akolute te despoinai. Akoluteo syntastatai te dotike. Dosen. Te dotike. Mm-hmm. Kalos erotais. Me huto takeos badiste. Huto. Tisamane huto?
Seek. Ita.
Seek ita. So. Megale garistin hegudria. Heg radionis dispoden. Tiesti to enantion. Toi horaidion.
Alepos.
Kalapos. Kalos. Joel. Anagnoti antibolo ton epionta logon.
Epionta?
Erchomenon, the coming.
Mm-hmm. Hedephaidra. You were right.
Mm-hmm.
Me fluare o doule facing alla spaude.
Mm-hmm. Petra.
Dialigugar mello oikade te epaneai, I'm not sure, epanienai kai depnon paraskanazdein toi despote.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Dioligu chronu. Tisamani dioligu.
Soon.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Kai epanienai esti like palin badisden, palin elten. Epanienai esti to return.
Mm.
Pos legatai aulos oikade.
Like uh, um,
proston oikon.
Mm-hmm. Proston oikon. Pros ten
Oikian.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Is there a difference between those two words? Or
Oikos kai oikia.
yeah.
Smikron. This is the hode, like here in these contexts. To alto. Oikos, oikia, oikia, oikos. Allah. Um. I'll say in English. Oikia has a slightly bigger semantic range, as I recall. It can be family and household. If like that's what you're going for, family household, you'd pick oikia, but not oikos. If you're just going for the house or home, you could pick either. It's fine. So well, maybe
It's kind
oikos
of like in English where there's a slight difference between house and home, where home can be
right,
more like with the
right.
family.
The house is
Okay.
always the building, pretty much, and the
Okay.
home is bigger than that. It's like that,
So
yeah.
like Keon is a building.
Oikos,
Oikos is
they
more like
they both straddle it, but as I recall, oikia is more apt for family, and so it has a little bit more range in it.
okay.
Yeah. But either works for this. Now, Mel law, I think we've seen Mel law. They're teaching this before the regular old future. They're actually both really easy. Future tense is just stick a sigma on the present stem and then keep the same endings as present. It's the easiest tense in the language. But even easier would be to just learn mel law, mellace, melee, melomen, melate, melosi, and use an infinitive. So it's a little paraphrastic. So mel law paraskewazding would be paraskewaso, same thing. Deipnon toi despote. Carlos.
And what epanienai is also an infinitive, right? Is it?
Mm-hmm. It's a regular.
It's just a regular. Okay.
Yeah. Eni is like eltain to come. It's related to irregular going verbs.
Okay.
The epon is the back again prefix.
Okay. I didn't know if the nai meant like, future infinitive or something like that.
No, it's present. It's just weird.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. Ar agnoes hoti aganakte.
Oh my
Just
God.
the ho despotes aganakte. E me depne kalapos garstin hoaner speude un. Yikes.
Oh my God.
Egune to depnon paraskeoazde. Schmirde. Inte ekoni. Carlos? All right, Yoel.
De doule nai matondia fe sin. Mala chaleposes ho despotas. E aganak dei.
Ara Ara gignoscomen emes nai maton dia. Is that new?
I think it's new.
Oh, okay.
Those days.
Nai. It's the by Zeus.
Yeah.
Ma dia, no by Zeus. Nai maton dia, yes by Zeus. Strong yes. Alithos, certissime.
Wait, utondia or umatondia?
I think I've seen both. Umadia and umatondia. I think those are both
umadia. Mm-hmm.
Nai matondia. The ma is kind of untranslatable there, other than unless you want to just think of that as the by. But I don't ever see it anywhere else. Nai matondia. Let's see. Nala chalaposistin for the spotes a aganate. Petra anagnoti antibolose ton epionta logo.
Egomen olin ten hemeran pono perogar toi despote ton siton kai ton oinon kai to hudor kai panta ta'ala.
Haute pone holen ten hemeron, pasan ten hemeron. Kai hosper romaisti tuto to pono is the like I have been working hosper romaisti because of that accusative of duration modifier there. Pero siton kai to oinon kai to hudor kai panta ta ala. Ti anglis di samane panta ta ala.
It's Ketra and the rest.
All the rest of the stuff. Kalos. Yoel atipolos anagnoti tuton ton logo.
Pod despotes a e chalepos esti proseme.
Chalapos pros auton auten se eme catalepa. Huto calaposistin hoaner hoste. Aha. Oh, result clause, but no subjunctives here. No worries. Huto calaposistin, right? Yo mama is so wise and beautiful that that's what we do in class, right? Huto calaposistin hoaner hoste pantes hoi doule. Pobon ekusin kai tolmosin. They dare to. Tolmosin, they dare to apokorein apo to this.
I think you skipped a line.
Yeah, I was rearranging it to make it easier.
Okay, sorry.
No worries. Yeah, so Poiduloi pobon ekusin. You could also be more poetic and say pobos altus ekusin or pobos lambane tus doulus. I've seen that before.
And what is pantes? Is like the other?
All. Masculine of all. Pantes, pasai, panta for the plurals. Pantes Andres, pasai gunaikes, panta stuff. Pantes oiduloi. Hobonekusin kai apo tu despotu apo korein tol mosin. They dare to do that. Ud oligon chronon. Hote when in tois agrois ponusin. Tomao. That's a cool verb. I know you've probably seen it recently, Joel, because you're reading Jats. just like audere in Latin and the English word dare, it's got that cool straddling. It can be a good thing or a bad thing depending on the context. How dare you? That guy actually dared to say that in the meeting, right? Bad version. Also daring as in same thing as courage. Here it's more daring or audacity, but you can tolmao to do something.
And udoligon chronon, does that mean they run from him for a long time?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, they dare to get far away from him for quite a while, for not a little time. Mm-hmm. Kalos. Hote esti spirit inhoi. Inhoi esti while, hote esti when. Well, hote. Okay. Yoel.
Diatuto dehoi douloi ton despoten u filusin.
Mm-hmm. Pos legatai diatuto de hoi douloi aulos. This without the diatuto.
Endehoi.
Think about it this way. Hoi un douloi. Hoi un douloi. Da 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 da. Un diatuto. Diatuto un. Just looking for any chance to recycle.
And that's like diatuto is that's like therefore. Is that
okay? Literally on account of this.
Is gar also used that way?
Gar, those are opposites. So un slash diatuto is a therefore. Gar is a giving of a reason.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, gar's for sense.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. U dunaton garasti toiuton despoten pile. Toiuton.
Wait, what?
U dunaton.
No, I get the word that, but that doesn't make any sense. Oh, udunaton. Sorry.
Right. It's funny. I actually did the same thing a few minutes ago. I was looking at it. Yeah, toyuton is such. This kinda. Despoten. Agartis.
When you say such, like of this kind or like that despote?
Of this kind.
Okay.
Talis.
It's not an iste, it's a talis. Okay.
No, it's technically neutral.
Okay.
Of this sort, yeah. Agartis ton doulon. Kamne. Kai katisde. Oligon chronon. Oligon chronon. Hodespotes. Mala kalapaine. Kalapaine. Kalapos estin aganacte. Aganacte. Situoto. Okay. Petra.
Okay. Autica de eiston uranon blepe kai os deu despota pesin. Ti en noe eche hoien autos o doulos. Hutos o doulos.
Altica stihos per statim. Altica on the spot. Ace ton uranon lepe. Os ti en noi eke. Ti buletai poyen. Hutos o doulos. Ti en noi eke.
What's the difference between chalepaine and aganacte?
Uden. Basically synonyma. Synonyma esti. I can think of like 4 or 5 ways to say get mad in Greek, but those are 2 of them. Okay. Yoel.
Epeta, prostondulon treche, kai auton typte.
Nice. Typte. Treche. Tisamane angasti treche. Nice.
Run.
Treche. Tell us. Petra.
Kai in te oikia aie aganakte oi un douloi stenasnusi kai legusin.
Uh-huh. Pos legatai alos in te oikiai.
Um, and
toi oikoi.
In toi oikoi. Oikoi. Pierrema, adverb, oikoi. I don't know if we've seen that yet for sure. Aganakte, pos legatai alos, aganakte.
Palepaine.
Kalapaine. Kalapos, esti. Galos. O despota, me chipte hemas. Al uden haton esti homos, esti Allah. Uden haton, akrivos semaine nothing the less, nonetheless. Uden haton.
Anyway.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Allah uden haton o despotes altus kolazde. Kolazde. Lexis
Punish.
Punishes. Mm-hmm. Kolazde esti punishes. All right. Petra Antibolo.
Okay, can we pause for a second? Because
Sure.
when I first read this, I got kind of lost, and I feel like I'm still not clear. So I want to pause and make sure I understand. Who is acting at this point? Is this the Paidra who like went and did this, or is this the despotes who is not very nice?
Good question. Yeah. So Hydra's slave woman is still talking. She's been going on and on about like why we don't like master or why the slaves don't
okay. So
don't
this
want
is
to be
like a
around
story
him.
that she's sort of telling.
Yeah. Or even really just a character description. You can tell from the lack of new words that this is one of those pieces that's not in the British edition. It's like added by the Italian one to beef it out and get you more practice reading.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's still Phaedra's disgruntled slave woman talking. Here's a few more lines about why Master is such a pain. Well, I know he likes him, but it's the absent husband who's at work who's they're talking about.
Okay. So the earlier part where they were like "Os Deu Despota," blah blah blah. That's still Hydra saying something about something else. Like that's all still.
That was she's talking about. Oh, here we go. So when the slaves,
because I saw the quotes and I think I got confused.
When the slaves sit even for a little bit, Master gets really mad and straight away he looks up at the sky and says, "Oh Zeus, Master, what is the slave thinking? What does the slave have in mind?" Mm-hmm. Then he goes over and he beats them and So she's still just describing like how he gets along with slaves.
Okay, because I think when I saw the quotes, I just assumed like we were jumping back to her now saying something, and I got really confused.
Yeah, no, I understand. It's because it's a long chunk here.
Well, and I guess it seems weird to me because it's all in present tense. It feels like it should be describing something that happened.
True.
So maybe that was also why I was confused. Okay.
Petra.
Dieti de huto kalapos estin o despotes. Ego men agno.
Agno, just the u gignosko. Agno, u gignosko. Megalus gar kai iscurus bus mu eke Hokleros u megas estin ala kalos. Homen agros polun siton pareke podesitos polu sperma pareke polu sperma much what
seeds
much seed. Mm-hmm. Technically it's singular here. Much seed. Hode despotes u caere al aie aganacte kai malach halapos esti pros tus doulos. Carlos? Oh, Yoel gets all the worst lines. Oh, Yoel.
De despoina me fluare o athlia fesin. Huto garlegusin hoi argoi douloi.
Mm-hmm. Athlia, you can, it's pretty obvious what that must mean, even if you don't get the Italian here. Disgraziato. Oh, jerk. Me fluare da da. Huto garlegusin argoi douloi. Argoi piloponoi. Argoi piloponoi. Enantia. Uden gar poien et telusin. That is, poi argoi douloi. Uden poien et telusin. Kai dia tuto ton despoten psegusin. Psego. Psego esti I blame. I find fault with. New word. Hemes psegomen toiutus despotas. Kai toiatas despoinas. Psegusin, they criticize ton despoten autus ponein keleue. Tisamane keleue.
Orders.
Galos. Allah speude nun. Which is the hedespoina keleue tan doulen
Speudane.
Galos. Oh, Petra.
Alla speude nun. Horagar esti soi badisden proston despoten kai pudor peren autoi.
Hora. Kairos. Hora. Well, nun para moi is the in messoi in messe te horai delterai, middle of second hour, right? Out here in Phoenix.
Moi penterai.
In toi neoi eboracoi, New York, as the pimpte hora kai hemisia in half. Hora as the hour, season, time of life, or critical moment like kairos, appointed moment. Hora as the kairos as the galos.
So this is like, it's time for you to walk toward the mistress.
To master.
Right, yes, the master, and bring him water.
Bring him water. Galos.
Is that a pretty common phrase? Ora esti infinitive. It's time to block.
I think
it's a dative,
amongst
right? Soy is a dative.
That's right. Tempus est mihi yada yada. Yeah. I think I hear kairos a lot more with Greek speakers, or at least with Christophoros. But yeah, the kairos esti hamin, dietalesai, to finish the session, or da da da.
And real quick, is Greek kind of like Latin in that with these kinds of phrases, you generally have like accusative as the subject and then infinitive as your verb? Is it that sort of indirect? Does indirect speech work kind of similarly, or is it direct?
Yeah, you'll see stuff like that. Not these have the datives, but yeah, you'll still.
But I'm thinking like with the kaleue, like it's a command.
Oh yeah, that one for sure. It's just plain old te ubeo laborare.
Yeah,
Like
similar.
keleo se ponen. Exactly the same. Los. Okay. Yoel. Anagnoti antipolo tuton ton logon.
Hemen un doule bradeos badisde prosten crenen. De despoina megascar lithos estin ente hodoi proschorei kai epitoi megaloi lithoi kathisde.
Los. There's that men un we asked about at some point before, right? I said there's not really one way to translate it, but it's kind of like, okay, so now the da da da, it's just new paragraph, new bullet point. Utacheos ala bradeos badisde, pros te crene. Pos legatai alos badisde, pros ten crenen.
Proscore, te crene proscore.
Nai, kalos. Pros corei te crene. Dotike. Kalos. Megas gar litos, estinente hodoi. Pros corei kai epi toi megaloi litoi katisde. Where does she sit?
On the big rock.
Epi, toi, megaloi, litoi. Could be epi in the dative or epi in the genitive, the same thing, basically, on top. And what gender is hodos, road?
Feminine.
He hodos. Galos. Let's see here. Megas, megale, mega. It's kind of irregular. Megas lithos, but like megale hydria.
Megaliton.
Megan liton is accusative. Megan is accusative there. Megan liton. O petre, anagnoti antibolo.
Epita de ectu megalu litu prostendulen blepe, hede ugeti prosten crenen badisde ala pros mega dendron.
It's like the xanthias, right? Epita de ectu megalu litu from prostendulen blepe. Hede, this is something else I have to say in English. Even though de can mean and or but, depending on all sorts of different details or context, whenever it's like just the article in de, it's never continuing on with some other thing that the person just mentioned is doing. It's always the other person of the two. So if it's talking about what the mistress is doing now, and then it says had that, we automatically know that's the slave woman, not the mistress. They're not going to continue on. They could use a kai, but like if they're going to do just article and de, that's somebody else from the previous sentence. Just a quick little meta note there.
And the article can be used kind of like he or she without.
Here it is. Yeah.
Hey, what? It's just.
But she.
Okay.
The other one, uketi, no longer. Pros ten crenen verisde ala pros mega dendron. It's like megas litos megale hydria mega dendron.
So real quick, if you didn't have day, would that mean hey is the same person?
Wouldn't happen. Wouldn't happen.
Okay.
It wouldn't just have he uketi. They got to go together.
Okay.
A loss.
So it's not like English where you can just have, well, you can't just have like an article dangling.
Yeah. That would be weird.
Reason. Okay.
That'd be weird.
Okay.
All right. Yoel, antibolo se anagnoti.
Un despoina galei auten kai typoies athlia fesin diati uspaudes prosten crenen ara en noi ara enoi eches hypotoi megaloi dendroi kathisdein kai kathaudein.
Oh,
mm.
Okay. Idu, blepe, idu. Hygunaikes, tas hydrias, tacheos, plerusi, kai dioligu, oikade speudusin, sude uden poies, hypodendroi catisdes, kai hasu hasdes. Petre.
Ed doule prosten despoinan blepe kai me huto kalepe isti o despoina pesin.
Polusgar.
Oh, continue. Polus garestin o ponos ego de polun chronon ennoe echo katisdein. Just go to the end. Idu
Sure.
o helios plege te kai katatribe me.
That's just getting a lot of review here. Ohelios plege kai katatribe me. Galos. Te kai esti both and. Right? You can stick it. You could do ho te helios plege kai katatribe, or stick the both in the middle. Same thing. Barely any different than kai.
This would be a style question. Since me is sort of the object of both verbs, does te kai kind of imply like, oh, this is like two things happening to the same person? Is that like kind of a better style than just doing
like almost like a zeugma, but for the pronoun? Not here, because actually plege here is in intransitive. It's just the sun is blazing.
Oh, okay, that's right.
And it's wearing me out. So in this case,
okay,
no. But yeah, that would happen. That would happen just like in Latin, I think, because it's the same rule. I call it the $5 rule. So the kids like, yeah, just imagine every word costs $5. This is before the Gutenberg printing press. Like just they're not gonna say the verb twice if it's obvious that it goes to both. So yeah, I think in another context that'd probably be right. Unless they want emphasis. Okay. Yoel.
De despoina me fluare fesin. U kairos estin hesuchasden. Udengar hudor estin entei oikiai. Ego demello oikades spauden kai deipnon paraskeuasden toi despoto toi despotei spelde un.
Pos legatai alos kairos estin.
Ukora estin.
Galos. Tisomane mello speudein.
Spousane.
Right. I'm going to, about to, or even I have in mind. Sometimes it can just mean I intend to hurry.
I'm going to hurry homewardly. Wake it up.
Oh, Petre. Anagnoti tuton ton logon antipolose.
Epita de prostas gunaikas lege. Ui moi ti poio hegar doule negale esti kai iscura aluk etele pone.
Ara agnoumen hemes oimoi gignoscumen oimoi. Oimoi! Oive. Oh, that's right. Tipoio. I can't tell for sure because you can't tell from the spelling. This looks to me like it'd be like subjunctive, like quid facia. Like, what should I do? They're just sneaking it in here because it's so easy. other than that, it would be what am I doing? But okay.
Are you saying pollo could be a subjunctive here?
Yeah, I think it
Okay.
probably is. It makes more sense. Tipo, geez, what am I going to do? Or like, what can I do? What should I do? Or it could just be, what am I doing? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Doule megale?
Mm-hmm.
Steve is big and strong.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Of stature, I've never seen it used to be an insult. I've never seen it used like as fat or something like that. I just thought of that. I never thought of that before. But I just read this the Xenophon the choice of Heracles when virtue and vice come to him on the crossroads. I read that recently again, and it referred to both women as Magalai. They're very beautiful, but like it's more like because they're divine, they have a little bit like because they're goddesses almost. They're a little bit bigger than a regular person, you know. So yeah, it's not an insult. Um,
Giantess.
Agar Agar me paremi. If I'm not present, a me paremi. Uden poye. Eti kai nun. Ebe when uh or since when paremi tekai kelewa alten plerun ten hudrian in te skiai in the shade hupo megaloi dendroi katisde kai hesu kasde. um I know we talked way back at the beginning, right? Like this is one of those things that makes more sense at the end of the book. This whole issue of like, oh, if I'm not present, right? If I'm not breathing down their neck, they're not going to do it. It's like that's because you don't have buy-in. There's no personal ownership. No pun intended. Like that's when there's no personal ownership. There's you know, they're not going to do it, and it's kind of weird to speak in terms of laziness, but whatever. Um, all right, this won't be quite as bad now. Yoel, uh, Hedemurina.
Hedemurine. Me chalepe isti o phaedra fesin. Camne gar he dule. Hogar helios flege kai catatribe auten.
Petra?
Aragnoes hoti polai dulai kai poloi duloi camnusin hote plege hohelios kai uk etelusi ponein.
Vamos.
Mhm.
Kai hoxantias gar. Ei me hodike opolis Palestine. U Georgei ton agron. Ude polus kai megalus litus ectu agru ecpere. Pola de dendra en doi agroi estin. Kai hodulos aie in te skiai hesu pesde. Um, Joel.
Utos en pollois agrois kai en pollais oikiais hoi duloi eime hoi despotai pareisin cathaudusin kai uponusin.
Ea, it's a new verb. Ea is allow, allow. Ea un alten hesukazden oligon chronon and teskiai. Same thing with kalewa. Allow accusative to infinitive. Oh Petra. Finish us off.
Epita hemenorine autis prostas gunaikas blepe. I de gunaikes tide omrine ara ateles kai su ten eorten teoren.
Mm. Tisamani anglisti altis.
Again?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Tide looks like it means but what. It's kind of like what then? Or what do you think? Tide. And also tideu. It's how you say why not. It's one of the first things you learn like in the speaking Greek world is like you want to say like dia ti u. Why not? And then you quickly absorb from the older people, more experienced, like, oh, it's tideu. Tideu. I said, why not? Why not? Kind of like kurnon is like okay, but it's really quidni, right? You started saying, hey, kurnon, and then you kind of realize you start. I should probably say quidni. All the good people are saying quidni. That's how it works, right? You go to these things and just kind of like trust other people. So yeah, tide. What then? What do you think? Tide. Oh, okay. That was a slog. We had to. This is a long one. And it was like 100 lines. Get cut up. We got, I think, one more little section, and then we're done with this chapter.
Hold on. Two things. First, we haven't done the last sentence.
Oh, we didn't?
No.
Oh, I'm so tired. Messed up. Sorry. What is she asking? What do they ask her?
Do you want to go? Is it like watch the festival?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you want to watch? Do you want to be a spectator of the festival? Heorte is big old festival. Teoreo is that spectating, watching word. Sorry about that.
And also earlier, it says something hot on the previous page near the bottom.
Okay.
Yeah. Kai hoxanthias gar. How does that gar work here?
I think that might be a little bit emphatic or a little weird. I would have expected it a little earlier in the sentence, like Kai gar hoxanthias. For Xanthias also.
Mm-hmm.
This happens with a lot of these guys. For Xanthias also.
Okay.
For even Xanthias. Yeah, I think that's a little later than I would expect. I don't know if it's impermissible, but it does stand out to me as a little later.
Okay. But it's the same as if it were earlier.
Yeah. No difference in meaning. Got lost. Any other questions?
I've learned to just ignore the gars. Be like, another one, whatever. It's probably not too important.
Yeah, it's just it's a weak because it's a soft because like NM or NAM. Okay.
There's some things like that feel like they just throw in for the heck of it. Same with some of the days. It feels like those are just thrown in sometimes.
Well, there's a lot of tests, right? Okay. Well, kalos. So we'll do pros te krene beta, and then we'll be done with that one. Right? 5 is fairly short, and there's some adventure in it. 6 is where things start to get cool. 6 is Theseus and the Minotaur. And the book's interesting officially from around then. Okay.
So hey melita kai I pilai. That must be added from the Italians.
Yeah. Is that the one we've already done, or is that the one that's coming up?
That's the last one. It's like 6 or 7 pages. It's really long.
Oh, really? Oh, shoot. Okay, yeah. We still have a slog to go, but okay. We'll get to it. But that one's also very repetitive and easy because it's like this.
Yeah, what I was going to ask if it meant that there weren't going to be a whole lot of new things. Although it seems like the next one's really short. It's like
yeah.
Page. So that's kind of nice.
It's not too bad. Okay. Eros left.
I don't know.